you all believe that things happen for a reason? Because I do. And you're here today for a reason. I truly believe that Vima Taiwan is about to get the spark and become a huge business. And I believe this event today is going to be that spark. So if you're new here today, I encourage you to have an open mind. And if you're a part of Vima, I want you to get excited about how big you can see Vima will become here in Taiwan. So today I want to raise your belief, because a few years ago I was crazy enough to believe that this could work for me. And so I believe this is an amazing event that will really change your view about Vima. We're going to talk about how the big picture of how Vima will be here, and really how this can change your family and your future. Now, I also believe that timing is everything in life. They always say that real estate is all about the location, but in business it's all about timing. And the timing of Vima Taiwan is now. So are you excited about that? All right. Well, I've been a part of this company for over 7 years, and I can tell you so much about the products. I can tell you a lot about the company, but more what it can do for you, what it can do for all of us, working together as a team. Do you all agree around the world that we are seeing uncertain times in the economy? I think people are looking for change. People are always now looking for opportunities, and I've never seen an opportunity like this. So I want you to get excited about the greatest opportunity of your life. Now, I wonder every day, what would I have done? Many of us know the story of Facebook. Raise your hand if you have a Facebook. Many people do have Facebook. Well, if you were there and you were a part of that story, what would you have done? I wonder how many people went to class, went to party. I wonder how many went to the gym or hang out with their friends. But some people were excited about what Zuckerberg was doing. And if they were a part of that story, they're hugely successful today. And as you all know, Facebook has really changed the world. Now, I'm not saying this is the next Facebook, but what we are doing has never been done before. And I'm excited that you can be a part of this story. This company will be a multi-billion-dollar company. And you are in the right place at the right time, with the right people. But you have to make a decision here today to do something different, do something creative, do something you maybe have never done before. You're going to take your health much more serious after today. You will also take your finances much more serious. And I truly believe that everyone in this room is here for a reason, and everyone here can be a huge success story with Vima. Now, like I said, I was crazy enough to believe 7 years ago that this could work for me. But 7 years ago, it was much different. We did not have Verve. There was no, Phoenix Suns and credibility. There was no app or car program. So it was much harder for me when I first started in the business. So the probability or percentage of your success today is much higher than when I started. But if I promise you, if you follow our system, you will not fail. And I'm excited to keep coming back to Taiwan to work with you. Well, really quick, I'll share with you my story of what happened. My story is maybe different than others. When I got out of high school, my whole dream was to play college basketball. I live in San Diego, California, and that was my plan to play at the university. So if you ever had a dream to play a sport or do something when you're young, you know how important that was to you. But it's funny how things happen for a reason. Our family went to a family reunion in South Carolina, and we were in a bad car accident. And this really changed my life. It made me realize, how important family is. And it made me wonder, what will my future be? So after the car accident, I had to make a decision. And I went and started a business. Has anyone ever wanted to own their own business? Many people do. So I went and started a business selling flat screen TVs. I really was in the right place at the right time. Flat screen TVs were expensive. High definition was very popular. So I found a unique niche in the market. I did not have the money to advertise or make a store. I didn't have a showroom or any marketing experience. So I got creative. I went to find realtors in my area. I would find their business cards, their signs in the grass, or maybe a friend or a referral. And every week I set up as many appointments as I could. My plan was to save people money off store prices. My friends and I would install the TVs and speakers in the ceiling, and every time a realtor referred me to their client, I would give them about $500. And this simple idea, I made a six-figure income right out of school. I'm not telling that to you to impress you, but I tell you that because I was in the right place at the right time. I did that for 4 years. I learned a lot. I learned about sales, service, how to deal with people. But then the economy hit. It's affected many people, maybe some of us here today. So I had to make a change. You know, the real estate market was going down. The internet and the Walmart, big companies started to sell the TVs, and it really killed my TV business. So I made a change, and it was the best decision I ever made. I made a change to Vima. Now, when I started, I did not know how that would go, but I was crazy enough to believe this could work for me. I was first introduced to this through my parents. I had no interest in this. I had never seen it work for young people. Fortunately, though, I got on the product. And this product is the real deal. I started taking it every day. I loved my energy level. I loved how I felt. I didn't have any health problems, though my mom did. Do you know any people today that have health problems? Well, my mom began to take Vima twice a day. She was not having the right diet. She did not have the right fitness. Most importantly, she did not supplement. She began to take this product and saw great health benefits. She was dealing with the high blood pressure. Maybe you know people with high blood pressure. Maybe you know people with high cholesterol. Maybe people that need to lose weight. Oh, no, don't look to the person next to you. But my mom had great results with Vima and started seeing the results where she was able to get off her medication. And I'm not saying Vima cures or prevents any disease, but it gives your body what it needs you sometimes don't get from your food. Around the world, look at why people eat what they eat. We eat for taste. If you like McDonald's maybe, come to California and I recommend a place called In-N-Out Burger. You'll never go anywhere else again. The power of word of mouth, yeah? You eat for cost. If you're young, maybe you don't have the money to eat healthy. Or if you're late for class, late for work, maybe you don't have the time to eat healthy. So look at the rise in disease and health problems today all around the world. It's not slowing down. So this is what caught my interest when I first heard about Vima. Then Vima started to get a lot of credibility. Magazines like Men's Journal magazine rated Vima the best overall supplement. Scientific studies were done on this product, as it's proven to reduce inflammation and proven to increase your immune system about 15%. This is a big deal. So this is what impressed me about Vima. And many doctors around the world, especially the Dr. Oz from Oprah TV, recommended Vima. So the credibility won my belief. The product won my belief. That was around 2005. 2006 and 2007, I saw people were doing the business. I saw people were making money. Today, you're going to see people are having success making really good money with this business. I saw that was working, but I didn't make that decision. I was distracted with other things. I thought it was more important to do TV jobs and focus on that. I was focused on partying way too much. I was debating on going to university in basketball. And I was in a relationship, so I did not make time for the business, and it did not grow. And although I could have, I look back and that was some lost time. But around 2007, I had to make a change. I made a decision, maybe like you will here today, that I was going to make Vima work. So I learned a little bit about the business, and I began to share. I gave the product to my friends and family, but mostly the TV clients and realtors I did work with. I didn't really think my friends in university had the money. It's funny that we maybe think that, but I notice all of them have new iPhones and Jordan shoes. So if they want to do it, they'll find the money. But I didn't think they had the money, and I didn't think they would take it serious. Later, I found out I was wrong. So I began to share Vima with my TV clients. And over 4 years, I got a little over 100 people on the product, which is not that impressive, maybe one every 30 days. Can you do that? I believe you could. About half of those people just used the product, but maybe 15 people saw the big picture. They had depth of vision, because it's not where we are today. It's where we're going. Think of how big this will be in 6 months to a year. Think of how big Vima Taiwan will be in 2 or 3 years. So working with those people, it turned into about 7,000 orders after 4 years. And I was able to reach the level called Star Ambassador. Now maybe the results are different based off of what you put into the business. But at that Star Ambassador level, I was making around 10,000 per week. I felt very fortunate and very blessed, but I definitely took the business serious. But I wanted to grow. I wanted to reach the next level. Because I read about companies that you ladies in the crowd, you ladies here would know about that are in the billions. And people making way more than 400,000 or 500,000 per year. And then my life changed with one phone call. One phone call, maybe the call that you got. And it was a friend named Marty, an older guy near my area. He called me and said he had great results with Vima. His friend in Ohio had great results as well. But he wanted me to talk to that guy's son who was in the university in Arizona. So spring of 2011, I met a young guy named Alex. He was finishing his last year at university. He was somewhat worried about what he was going to do. So I went from San Diego to Phoenix, and we met for about 30 minutes for lunch. And I did not try to sell him on Vima. I tried to relate to him. We sat down, I told him my story about the dream of basketball never happened. The TV business was short-lived. But how with 4 years of parents and the Vima product, look at the numbers. And I never saw a young person get so excited. This guy got so fired up because he saw this as a way out. He saw this as a concept that he could not have to have a corporate job. Now everybody has a different interest here today, but that's what he wanted. So I focused on that. Well, he tried Verve and loved it. He said, if I like it, my friends will. I'm sure you can relate to that. If you like this, your friends will. What he said, if I make money with this, my friends would want to do it. And that was the turning point. So we went over the numbers. Because if you leave here today and you know the numbers to the business, it is not rocket science. And number two, a proven method. A plan that if you follow, you will not fail unless you quit or do nothing. We began to work together, like I am here with you today. We got 16 young people at his university on the product. From May of 11 till June of 12, it turned into 1,000 orders. Now, Alex was not a big athlete. He wasn't some superstar. He was an average guy like you and me, with above average dreams and goals. But in 1 year, that turned Alex into the level of presidential, where he was making a six-figure income, 100,000 per year. You're going to meet people here today that have reached that level and have become a huge success story with this company. How many would love to build a business to 100,000 per year? And that's what developed our story. It developed a movement called the YPR, the Young People Revolution. And I've never seen anyone do what we're doing. And there's three major reasons why young people are doing the business. Number one is the job market. Now I know the statistics are different based on the country, but more than ever around the world, it is very difficult for young people to find jobs. I've been traveling everywhere. Recently I went to London, Norway, France, Germany, Holland, Malaysia, Hong Kong, all these different countries I've been to. Many young people agree it is not the best situation. Back home where I live, think of this, 55% of young people are unemployed. That means half the students back home finish university with no job. That is a big problem. That is a big problem that we must take seriously. And my encouragement today is don't sit around and wait. Take your future in your own hand. So maybe you know some young people that you can share this with. Number two, it's the university loans. Now I believe in education. But again, back home, 60% of young people have 30,000 or more. It's now the number one debt in America. And again, many countries I've traveled to are having this same issue. How education cost is rising. When I finished high school, community college was $19 per unit. Now it's $35. And I know many parents in this room have given up a lot to get their son or daughter to university. But that's what the revolution's about. Teaching young people to step up, to start doing a business, to pay for school, to pay for books. But now student loans are a big issue around the world. I tell my friends to get their degree, but to build this part-time while they're in school. And the final reason with the YPR success is the minimum wage, the low-paying jobs. Many young people don't have many options but to work at these jobs. And there's nothing wrong with that. But many of us would love to be able to build a business. And that's what this can do for you. That's what this can do for our friends and family, is help us be able to get out of minimum wage. So that's the point today. Start your own business. With this, you can work for yourself and make your own money. I fell in love with that idea. I saw that there was no limit. And you see in life, it's not hard to start a business. You need a vehicle. I thought basketball was a vehicle to my dream. Play in the NBA, things like that. Does anybody know of the player Jeremy Lin? Taiwanese. Yeah. My dream is to get him on Vima. Maybe we'll get him here one day at our event. That'd be cool. But that was my dream. Like Jeremy, to play in the NBA. And then I did the TV business. That was a vehicle. But the economy hit, and this is the vehicle I work with now. So not only is it the job market, student loans, and minimum wage, but it's the product. And this product is getting huge reviews all around the world. And if you look online or you follow Oprah TV, you know, Dr. Oz had this on his show, which really gave Vima a lot of credibility. But I realized why people don't know about it. This is not retail. It's not in stores. It never will be. Think about it. If Verve was in stores, why would I get it from you? Why would I get this from a friend if I can get it on my way to class or on my way to work? But that's the beauty of the business. It's that direct contact. So you get credit for getting me on the product. But if you got me on the product and I got all my friends in California drinking this, excited about it, if I grow, then you grow. That's the business we're talking about here today. So my encouragement today, number one, having an open mind. Oprah says a closed mind could be the most expensive thing you have. What would you have done if you were there when Facebook started? What are you going to do, now that we are at the very beginning of Vima Taiwan? As you heard him say, the roots are planted here. Today, this event is the spark to Vima Taiwan. There are 25 million people in this country. You're surrounded by neighboring countries that Vima is already open in. So the idea is to take your Facebook, your phone book, some people that you know, and turn them onto this product or this opportunity. And when you see the numbers, it makes sense. And one other thing is the fact that this product, really, it's a transfer of dollars. I'm not saying to spend more money, because we already spend money on things like this every day. People drink coffee in Starbucks. There's a new Verve coffee coming out called Verve Mojo. It will be huge. Many people spend money on sodas at lunch. I tell my friends, drink water. Or maybe you spend money on energy drinks where you work out or party. So really it is a transfer of money, and it's probably the healthiest thing we do. So let me explain the numbers very quickly, because I want you to get excited. I want you to see how this can quickly change your life. Well, in Vima, when you get 3 customers, your product's free. So I work with people and help them get maybe their friend's mom on the Vima. I help my friends maybe get their buddies, their friend's uncle on Vima. And if you maybe get, a good friend's dad on the Body Burn, it's a weight loss product. So work with us and get 3 customers and your product will be free. That's like you and I own a business together and have no money in it. It's all profit. That's a great business. Understand that to open a Subway costs $250,000. Not many people have that money laying around, and the banks are not going to loan you the money. To open a restaurant or a salon or a car wash is very expensive. So when you get 3 customers and your product's free, you're on your way. From that point, Vima is very simple. You build a left team and a right team. If you're young, think of 2 universities. Maybe some friends from work, and maybe some friends from church. Maybe some realtors, or maybe some teachers. But you build 2 teams of people. So let's say I have a friend from Taiwan over here that I've known from basketball. And I saw him at the gym and I gave him a Verve, try this out, I'll call you later. And if he tried it and liked it and saw the video, saw the big picture, and got 4 friends on the product, I now have 5 orders over here. Now let's say I have a friend from Hong Kong over here. And he tried Verve and liked it, saw the video and saw the big picture. And he got 4 people on the product in Hong Kong. When you have 5 orders on one side, about 5 on the other, you're making about 200 monthly. That's not bad. You're not rich, but you're making some money. I've seen people here do that in a week, 2 weeks, a month. What would you do with an extra 200 a month? Then let's say my 4 friends on the Taiwan team got 5 on the product. Create about 20 orders over here. And in Hong Kong, my 5 friends got 7. About 35 and 20 in your team. About 50 orders and you're at the level called gold. This is very important because now you're making around 600 to 700 per month. For many people, that is a big deal. People here have done that in 2 weeks or a month. It's all about how much time you're willing to put into the business. But if somebody works minimum wage and they make maybe, $10 an hour, 20 hours a week is 200, 4 weeks is 8. At the end of the month, they make 600, 700 after taxes. They could quit their job. That's what this can do for you and for people you know. And then double your numbers to about 40 orders on one side, 70 on the other. You're at the level called diamond. You will see people here today that have reached diamond. Diamond typically making well over 1,000 per month. I've worked with young people that have done it in 30, 60, 90 days. It took me 8 months. So it happens different for everyone, but it can happen for you. And if you go a little further, 1,000 orders and you reach a level called presidential. 700 orders one side, 350 on the other. You're making 2,000 per week. What would you do with 2,000 per week? Maybe go on holiday. Maybe buy a home. Anyone want to retire their parents? Anyone? I know many people, that's what they would love to do is retire their mom or dad. Well, it's crazy to see that we had over 40 young people last year reach presidential or higher. And they were age 18 to 22. So again, we're doing something even with young people that's never been done before. And when you see the numbers, it is not rocket science. It took me 2.5 years to reach presidential. So number one tonight, get excited about the product. It's so new in Taiwan, nobody knows about it. Number two, understand the numbers and get your wheels spinning on what this can do for you. But what's amazing about Vima is all the tools. Number three is the website. All about the product, Vima, Verb, and Body. You can read about the company and BK Barreco. Watch some of the videos. Some of the Vima videos, the YPR videos, and the body product with Chris Powell. These videos will raise your belief. I'm excited to come back here and make many videos with you, highlighting your success. And lastly is Facebook. When you see online all the success people have around the world, it will raise your belief. People post pictures of their checks and their card. Big events like this. You'll see even back home in the States, universities have made Verb an official club. Because there's a lot of people, young people coming together, focused on things like this. Goal setting. What's your goal? What do you want to reach? We're going to help you do that. Leadership. If you want to be successful in Vima, you have to become a leader. They always say that people in life follow people that know where they're going. Okay? Speaking. I'm not the best speaker. Most people fear speaking. But you will get better at speaking when you share your story. Everyone here today has a story. But we want to help you build a Vima story. My dad says the one who tells the story the most wins. And lastly, personal development. If you read books like Think and Grow Rich, Business of the 21st Century, How to Win Friends, Influence People, different books and audios that I will show you, we show you, that would take your mindset from an employee to entrepreneur. This is the shift you must make in your mind. This is the shift that will give you time freedom and financial freedom. To the person I am today is much different than the person I was when I first started in Vima. But lastly is the support. The support of people that know what they're doing. When I first started in Vima, I didn't know about the product. I didn't know about the numbers. And I had not made a dime, but I was coachable. I believed. And I stayed close to the people that were having success. And that was the glue to the business, was the support. So the support of people here today. The leaders here in Taiwan are some of the best leaders in this company. And we want to support you in 2014. Last few thoughts. This is not a get rich quick. There is no instant gratification. Most people put 4 years in university, put 4 years into a sport, 4 years in a relationship. Can you put 6 months or a year into this business to make yourself a fortune? But this is not a get rich quick. We're open in 60 countries. Has anyone ever wanted to travel the world? Anyone? Yeah. So with this business, you can travel. Think about people in Taiwan, in the Philippines, Singapore, Hong Kong, Malaysia, Europe, Canada, Mexico, Africa. They say in life, it's not what you know, but who you know. And you probably agree, in this business, don't be excited about who you know, be excited about who he knows. If he likes the product and sees the big picture, he can get everybody on this product. And in Vima, you only need 2 good people, one left and one right, and it can change your future. My last point in the fact that Vima is not a scam or an illegal business. Vima is not a pyramid scheme. Number one, if Vima were a scam, it would be shut down. Last year, in 2012, Vima did 117 million in sales of Vima and Verve product. 2013, Vima did 221 million in sales. So if a company was doing 200 million per year in my country and was a scam, it would be shut down. Also, think that 60 countries around the world have allowed Vima products in and for us to do business. That would not happen if Vima was illegal. So when people ask that question, or they say that, you must stand up and tell them, hey, I've done my homework, I know the real reasons. Also, the fact that the Phoenix Suns, Dr. Oz, and many of the very big names would never recommend our product or be affiliated with Vima if it was an illegal business. But here's the red flag. Here's what you must look for, because I've done my homework. If there is no product or a commodity, a tangible item, to me, that's a red flag. So when you spent money and got nothing, and you got me on the, I spent money and I got nothing, and I got you on the, and you spent money and got nothing. To me, that looks like a money game. Those things are out there, and that's not how Vima work. If I got a case of product from you, you make 10. If I got 2 cases, you make 20. If I get an affiliate pack of 7 cases, you make 100. So you can make 10, 20, or 100 when somebody gets 1 case, 2, or 7 of Vima, Verve, or Body. Now that's like lunch money. The people I see got a builder pack have the most success. Because number one, you must have product on hand to make this work. If you don't have product, that's like having a restaurant with no food. People will not get on board unless they try it. And number two, there's a bonus called the Frenzy. Frenzy says when you get a builder pack and get 3 friends in the business, you make 700. Some people have gotten 6 people on the business in a week and made 1,400. So you can make 7 to 1,400 week over week with Vima. But if you don't want to get a builder pack in Frenzy, that's okay. Remember my left team and my right team. The total number of cases or the volume on your left and right of product. 10 orders, 50, 100. That is your monthly income you build in the business. And if you look at how big these companies get, yet I've never seen anyone do what we're doing with this product. And now young people involved, excited, engaged, putting time and effort in, making this type of income product that I think fits us perfect. And if you've gotten a check in Vima, raise your hand. Look around. This gets me excited. So this is my point to you. I'm here today to share with you my story, a little bit about the product, and the concept of how big Vima Taiwan will be. Think of young people in the universities with Verve. It's the perfect fit. Tell them about the YPR story. Think about many parents with health problems and introduce them to Vima. Maybe some trainers, people that need to lose weight, introduce them to Body Burn. And my dream for you is that you become the next big success story in Vima. This company will be $1 billion company. And I'll be back in a couple months to help you do more events and more meetings. But even while I'm gone, with technology today, Skype and Ubu, we can work together. What if you made a list? You learned how to approach, and you share this story. This is what can happen for you. In a little over 7 years, I've been able to get a little over 130 people on the product. About half of those people just used the product, but around 20 people saw the big picture. It is the reason I have 30,000 orders on the right, about 20,000 on the left. In year 4, I was blessed and fortunate to be a star ambassador. People in this room today will become a star ambassador. My 5th year in the business with the Verve and young people, my numbers doubled. I reached that level called Royal, by Vima's terms, 1 million per year. People in this room will become Royal in Vima. And in my last year, 2013, with a lot of young people in Verve, I was blessed to double Royal and triple that. And at the cycle count of 8,000, reached the highest level in Vima, making about 50,000 per week. I'm not here to impress you. I made 2.4 million last year with Vima. I share this with you to raise your belief. I'm here to find the next big success story with Vima. But if you get excited, you get fired up about the greatest opportunity of your life, we can help many people in Taiwan. We can help people with their health. We can help people financially. We as a team can build a worldwide business. You might end up coming over to stay with me. And imagine, now what we're doing, things like mission trips and making the world a better place. So I'm excited you came here today. We're going to have an amazing night. You're going to hear from some people here that have had huge success with Vima. And my promise and commitment to you is we will make Vima Taiwan the biggest country in the Vima company. It will take time and effort, but it'll be worth it. You guys, thanks for having me. I look forward to spending time with you.